Deliver right to your home. See our inventory at number1cjd.com. Call us for a test drive. We'll bring your choice to you. Our service department is ready for all your service needs. Make an appointment online today. Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Arlington, serving our community in a safe and responsible manner. 9600 Atlantic Boulevard, across from the Regency Square Mall.
More and more local businesses are turning to and trusting EnviroMasters. If you haven't heard about EnviroMasters here, look, business owners out there, or even like office managers, business decision makers, EnviroMasters is killing the germs that kill your business. They have a SaniGuard service, hospital-graded disinfectant that kills COVID-19. So when they come in with their ultra-effective electrostatic spray, it clings to hard surfaces, continues to kill for up to a week, 4 to 7 days. So it's not just killing the COVID virus and keeping your employees and your customers and your staff safe, but it kills another 4 dozen organisms, including the flu, norovirus, MRSA, and others. Gosh, I wish this spray was on every surface in Jacksonville, and we could all feel that much safer. Environmentally friendly, it's destroying the germs and disease, no harm to the people or environment. 683-6399, 683-6399, or Google EnviroMaster Jacksonville.
If you've been injured, you need a local law firm and attorney with experience. I'm Julie Harrell. I grew up in Jacksonville and have been a personal injury attorney for nearly 20 years. Call Harrell & Harrell, 251-1111. Offices, Jacksonville.
Tire Outlet is bringing the tires to you. Mike Dempsey here to tell you that Tire Outlet is now offering mobile service. No hassle, quick same-day installation. They're the largest locally owned tire shop in town, so wherever you are, choose a time and location that's convenient for you. A Tire Outlet professional will bring the new tires out and install them. Call this number to make an appointment, 600-0089. For mobile tire installation, that's 600-0089. Tire Outlet. Wholesale prices, premium service.
Now, you might remember the name Tommy Hiller, played at Bowles, played for Steve Spurrier down in Gainesville. Bottom line is, when you spend that much of your life playing for Corky Rogers and Steve Spurrier, a job well done is kind of your main priority. So when you visit Florida Fence and Rail, you are going to get a job well done. Looking to sell to fence contractors, but a homeowner in need of a fence, call Florida Fence and Rail. Florida Fence and Rail, located in Manor, got a huge warehouse, have technology and equipment no one else has. Best in the business is Florida Fence and Rail. Look them up today at floridafenceandrail.com.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On April 28, 2003, Andre Agassi recaptured the world #1 ranking, becoming the oldest top-ranked male in the history of the ATP rankings.
Republic Services is now hiring CDL drivers in Duval and St. Johns counties. Join the team of over 33,000 employees across the U.S. with Republic Services. New drivers get a $2,000 sign-on bonus and competitive benefits. Over 50% of managers in Northeast Florida started their careers as drivers. You can build a career too. Join the Republic Services team and make a positive impact on your community and environment. For more information and to apply, wear the star, drive your career, visit republicservices.com.
In 1919, my great-grandfather founded Catlin as a Studebaker dealership, and now we're the oldest truck accessory store in the U.S. This is Keith Catlin, and I'm proud to be the 4th-generation owner. If you need anything for your truck, van, or SUV, come see us. From Lear toppers to roll-and lot bed covers to trailer hitches and everything in between. Let us take care of all your accessory needs. Quality counts at Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to our website, CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
Hi, this is Joe Butler at Black Creek Outfitters. Unfortunately, due to things beyond our control, we have suspended normal business hours, so we are going to a shop-by-appointment model. Please call us at 904-645-7003 or email us, and we will set up a time for a one-on-one consultation with one of our staff. We are also setting up curbside pickup and delivery for most products. Thanks for your support, the Butler family of Black Creek Outfitters.
Odds are, when you're looking for the best plumbing service, it probably sounds something like this. Okay, Google, show me Roland Reich Plumbing. That's right. Roland Reach Plumbing is a Google guaranteed service, so you can be assured of work quality, background of employees, and the right service done on time, on budget. With satisfaction Google guaranteed. So for any plumbing issue, large or small, use the Bold City's best. Roland Reach Plumbing at plumberinjacks.com.
1010XL and Mr. Chubby's Wings want to help feed those who are in need or helping us during these trying times. Buy a meal at Mr. Chubby's Wings to help first responders. It's the buy one, give one chance to help others. Go to Mr. Chubby's Wings today.
Things feel a little out of control right now. We aren't able to enjoy most of our regular activities, but we are able to control how protected and safe we are in our own homes. Zerorez Carpet and Hard Surfaces Care is an essential business due to the CDC's recommendation of cleaning and disinfecting households to prevent the spread of COVID-19. The Zerorez process is the first step. Clean is in your control. Learn how we can help at ZerorezJacksonville.com. Zerorez spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
The Jags are horrible. They are deplorable.
Was that last year?
So damn bad.
It's eternal. Oh, dear. The Drill Bit Bracket Challenge presented by the Edge Group. If you need to sell your property fast, residential, commercial, call them at 904-474-5851. Natty Championship Tuesday. Beef's Quips 52.7. Dan Song's 47.3. Just hit a big 3 to inch back into the contest, Beef.
Cutting into the lead.
Yeah, so that will continue for another hour.
I've encouraged my guys to start getting chippy.
Yeah. Oh. All right, so
sweep the leg, Tiger.
I do want to remind everyone it's a Catlin Truck Accessories Tuesday, and that's need that reminder, especially right now, because the boys over at Catlin have put together a great deal for you during these times. All you need to do is this. You go to Catlin Truck Accessories on Facebook or on Instagram, like them on those two social media outlets, and you're going to go into the drawing for a terrific prize. Week 3's prize is waterproof seat covers. Acole, one set of custom fit seat covers, over 100% waterproof, and fit the seat like a wetsuit. And then week 4 is the big one, the Cam Locker Toolbox, your choice of powder-coated or silver. The most secure toolbox out there, made in America. All these products, obviously, always in stock at Catlin Truck Accessories.
The MLB season should have turned 1 month old Sunday. Will we have baseball this year? Jeff Passan of ESPN says yes, we will. Over the past 2 weeks, as states begin to plan their reopenings, nearly everyone along the decision-making continuum, league officials, players, union leaders, owners, doctors, politicians, etc., have grown increasingly optimistic there will be baseball this year. Optimism is guarded and cautious and laden with caveats. Exists in a reality twisted by the coronavirus. All right, the latest. Lots and nothing, says Passan. It's a contradictory existence in which the baseball world is doing everything it can to prepare for games without any firm plan in place for when or where those games will be played. In a letter to those covered by the uniform employee contract last week, the commission wrote, while I fully anticipate that baseball will resume this season, it remains difficult to predict with any accuracy the timeline for the resumption of our season. Nearly every team is guaranteed baseball operations employees payment through May 31st, a date that sources say is no accident. The next month could provide a number of answers to issues baseball is considering as it plots its return, and the long-term retention of employees across the sport may depend on having a known or at least expected revenue generator. Into May is not a drop-dead point to have a plan in place, which this sort of, I'll stop there for a second. That sort of surprises me that basically, tell me if I'm wrong here, I'm reading into this, by June 1st, we'll have a plan.
Right, and you got to play by June 1st.
Yeah, I thought by May 1st we would have a plan, which is coming up this weekend.
Awful skittish. I guess we're going to have some sort of documented success of some society openings without a spike before we accept that, a small percentage of the population are going to always be sick, regardless whether there's COVID or not.
Let's consider the delicate push and pull of a return, locking in a plan before the country reopens, before anyone understands the consequences of it, good and bad, runs a certain level of risk. Okay, well, that's fair. So, but then again, am I wrong here? Is the country not in the process of reopening by the end of
Now.
This month?
Yeah.
Is that
most
correct?
are.
Some
Yeah.
are opening up already. Some are, I mean, we're sort of shifting, and the governors of each state are sort of
I think, and I'm not
having the say.
The people that are smarter and make the decisions know
Mm-hmm.
this, but golly, it seems to me like a worthwhile strategy would be to open things back up and maintain strict social distance and see if that's not the reason why this thing flattened all along.
Yeah.
Just that enough. We've never done that. We've never paid ultimate attention to washing our hands and not touching our face and staying apart from each other and not right on top of each other.
All right, let's consider the delicate push and pull of a return. Where will the games be played? The easy answer is Arizona. The governor has has welcomed the idea of hosting all 30 teams. Logistical issues abound, though.
Can I say one thing there?
Mm-hmm.
I watched a COVID-related thing the other day, and it had to do with the weather. And hot temperatures and no humidity, the disease still spreads very quickly. Hot temperatures and humidity, it dies almost immediately. So it seems like Florida would be a better place to play than Arizona, where it's so dry.
I'm not comfortable with that diagnoses in the respect that I've seen that back and forth like 4 times. Like, I don't think they know.
I'm going by now there have been. This is like yesterday's press conference with the guy standing up there showing the results.
Yeah.
This isn't like a guest on a show saying that. I'm talking about at the briefing.
At the White House briefing?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. There's also a wide variety of so-called hub plans in which baseball would be played in a number of cities. Arizona, Dallas, Tampa possibility that CBS Sports reported is an option. So is a 4-city plan and 5 and 6. Just look at the opportunities starting in early May. Arizona, Georgia, Florida, Texas, Colorado, Minnesota among the states slated to have stay-at-home restrictions lifted. That means more than a quarter of MLB teams could theoretically host games without fans right now, which isn't going to happen, of course, but illustrates how quickly landscape can change. So MLB can learn from the paths of others in its sport, Korean baseball, Chinese professional baseball, English Premier League, La Liga. The Korean baseball organization set to return May 5th, about 5 weeks after its scheduled opening day. The CPBL, the Chinese Professional Baseball League, is up and going. The world's top soccer league hopes to return in June and have considered a quarantine plan similar to MLB's. So those are the kind of things that are getting talked about. Speaking of testing, another vital question for baseball. Will it be video or will it be widespread enough that the league could reasonably test players, managers, coaches, umps, and the others involved with making the games work? Will there be enough tests available? The optics matter too much for it to be that simple, though. It goes beyond testing. When MLB is hunting for hundreds of smart thermometers, so are other businesses and hospitals. And Jeff Prosser.
Like baseball and golf, to me, I don't understand what the holdup here. I really don't. I mean, quarantine and isolate your fields. And last I checked, there are no 70 to 90-year-old people around. If you have athletes in those sports that have underlying conditions that make them more susceptible, and, let's knock it off with the high fives and the chest bumps, and let's go play. Basketball, football, different situations. You are, by the nature of those games, you're right on top of each other. You can't practice any kind of.
You ain't social distancing if you're at the plate.
Yeah,
and the umpire's right behind you.
You kind of are. You're facing. He's 6 feet, 5 feet away from you.
Finalize a plan in May. Hash out an agreement with the players by the end of the month or early June. Give players a week to arrive at designated spring training locations. Prepare for 3 weeks. Start the season in June or July. It says play around an 80 to 100 game schedule in July, August, September, October. Hold an expanded playoffs at warm weather neutral sites in November. That's not set in stone, but from the league to the players to the owners, the TV execs, this or some derivation of it registers as the most realistic. So that seems to be the thought process. We'd go July. Now, here's what's going to happen, by the way. July, August, September, October, into November, whoever wins, they'll say, well, we're back in February. There's not enough time. So although the schedule will be much less, there are other options. What are they? It's really all just mix and match. What's important are the number of games and the number of teams in play. Everything else is adjustable. Consider a 3-hub plan in a 100-game season. In July and August, with 10 teams at each hub, every team plays 2 3-game series against all 9 opponents. That's 54 games. with travel practically non-existent, Phoenix, Dallas, and Tampa each have 5 stadiums within an hour radius. That sort of schedule is eminently doable. Isn't that crazy? And by the way, let's say they had baseball in Tampa. Let's say there's 10 teams in Tampa, okay? And there's games going on. And obviously they're not going to have fans at first, but I guess you just can't allow select fans in just to go sit in the – because if you're just there by yourself, with nobody near you, why could you sit in a game? But, who gets to go and who wouldn't? So he talks about the playoffs, and they're considering everything. Everyone wants it to be as close to a 162-game schedule, but that's not going to happen. They say, give us 60 days, one official said, and we could run an amazing postseason. So
I love the Atlanta Braves. They're probably my favorite sports entity, and that includes college, football, basketball, everything, the Braves. But I love them a hell of a lot more, Dan, from May to the end of July.
Yeah.
I got news for Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
No one gives a damn about you are going to have the most inconsequential season ever. You're going to squeeze a bunch of games into half the time while golf majors are played and NBA.
That's what we got.
And NBA playoffs are ongoing.
That's what we're going to have.
And the football season has started.
Yeah.
Somebody might just want to take the plunge and call it maybe NBA.
We'll come back and we'll talk about the football schedule, which is due out. And if you saw the stories we told you yesterday, one of the things that they're going to do, and they're front loading that schedule with the non-divisional games. It's going to be different, and there's a lot of talk about it as they are. I don't know how many different models they're coming up with, but they are. The reason they pushed it back is because there was a ton of work to do in trying to come up with different plans for the NFL schedule, which normally is out at this time and is now due to be released, May, first week of May.
All right, and the draft is come and gone. Undrafted free agency and veteran free agency is also over, but there's still work to be done. In fact, when we come back, 10 post-draft moves that should be made, and do the Jags show up in that list? We'll get into that and more. Catlin Truck Accessories Tuesday. Go online now, social media, Facebook and Instagram, like Catlin Truck Accessories, and get your name into a drawing for some terrific prizes from their product line over there at Catlin Truck Accessories.
The 1010XL studios are kept clean by Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
Working from home? Meet your new co-workers.
I felt disrespected by Leon. We can have a lemon pepper off if we want to.
NFL players, you do a lot of dumb things.
Listen from home on your smartphone, online, or on Alexa. 1010XL.
I'm Tiffany. I have some tips for you on how to quit smoking like I did. First, I did some reading about it. I found a lot of great advice on how to quit smoking and picked out the ways I thought would work best for me. I started by setting a quit date. Then I threw out my ashtrays, lighters, and matches. I did other things too, like exercising more, and it worked. But I'd still get cravings, especially on long car rides. To help me with that, I put a picture of my mother in my car. She died of lung cancer from smoking cigarettes when I was only 16. Now I have a 16-year-old daughter. That picture of my mother reminds me that I don't want to miss all the things my daughter is going to do in her life, including turning 17.
Call 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW or visit tobaccofreeflorida.com to quit your way. Developed by CDC.
I'm attorney Matt Morgan. During these uncertain and trying times, it's important you know our team is working overtime and we are here and fully enabled to fight for you. With video conferencing and a digital sign-up process, our firm is able to electronically sign your case up from the comfort of your home, no office visit necessary. We will get through this together and we are here for you. There's only one Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Dial pound law on your cell. Pound law, that's all.
Offices, Jacksonville.
Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Though we're apart these days, we're sharing more. So, at Geico, we'd like to say thanks. Thanks for sharing your savage dance moves. Thanks for sharing your DIY haircut fails. Thanks for sharing your inner lip sync star. Now, it's our turn to share with the Geico Give Back. A 15% credit on car and motorcycle policies for current and new customers. Because we're committed for the long haul, the 15% credit lasts your full policy term. Visit geico.com/giveback for more info and eligibility.
No better time to support your local restaurants. Leon Searcy here for Wingstop. All your 6 Wingstop locations are locally owned and operated. Wingstop always has specialized in carryout, but now all locations are delivering. From Orange Park, the north side, the south side to the beaches. You know my favorite, I'm a lemon pepper guy. We're here for the community. Order online or download the app. You can pick it up at the store, order at the store to go, or have it delivered.
Can't stop. Wingstop.
For the best price and service when it comes to your waste hauling and collecting, look no further than the A-Team at All American Roll-Off and Recycling. Jet Prosser here, and let me tell you, you're not going to find an easier way to handle your project cleanups than calling in the A-Team at All American. A J.B. Coxwell company, All American Roll-Off and Recycling has brand new trucks and cans in all sizes to fit your project needs. No hidden fees. Count on the best price in town. When it comes to cleaning up when the job is done, go with the A-Team at All American Roll-Off and Recycling. Visit us at all-americanrolloff.com.
Hi, this is Lisa the Botanista from the Freedom Boat Club, where we anchor your worries away. Freedom, that's what you deserve after a hard day's work. But you know, you're still not sure about this whole no maintenance, no cleaning, no hassle boating and how it really works? So come to our open house this weekend, 10 to 4, take a free boat ride, talk to our members. Follow our Facebook page at Freedom Boat Club, Jacksonville, Jacksonville Beach, and St. Augustine to find out where you can get a free boat ride this weekend. Or check us out at freedomboatclub.com.
Hey guys, Hicken here. My friends at Bueller Air Conditioning are continually taking heightened precautions for you and their staff as they enter your home. The heat is here, and Bueller Air wants you to have the peace of mind that they're safely serving you. They communicate to each homeowner as they engage in best practices like sanitizing, staying 6 feet away, while always using gloves and foot covers. A local business providing an essential service so you can still stay cooler with Bueller.
Bueller Air, stay cooler with Bueller.
This is Greg Huntington with Advanced Disposal. In these uncertain times, there's one thing you can be certain of. Advanced Disposal and companies like us are committed to continuing to provide critical environmental services that you depend on. When you see your local garbage person collecting waste in your neighborhood or place of business, then give them a wave and a thumbs up. Through these challenging times, Advanced Disposal is still hiring drivers and essential staff throughout Northeast Florida. So please go to advanceddisposal.com/careers and join our team today. Be safe.
Hey Jacksonville, Safety Tom here with Remedy Staff. Concerned about keeping your family safe during these difficult times? We are as well. Wash your hands frequently. Self-monitor. If you have symptoms, self-isolate to keep friends, family, and coworkers safe. Need a doctor? Don't just show up. Give them a heads up. Call the COVID hotline for guidance at 1-866-779-6121. These are just a few quick safety tips from Remedy Staffing, keeping you, your family, friends, coworkers, and our healthcare workers safe in Jacksonville.
With your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, I'm B41010XL. The Jaguars adding 18 undrafted free agents to go with their 12 drafted rookies, bringing 30 first-year players to Jacksonville. Among them, Shaq Quarterman, the local product out of Oakleaf High School. He played down at the U of Miami. Manny Diaz joined XL Primetime yesterday. The Canes head coach said, maybe expect to see Quarterman here for a while.
I really do. Like I said, I just think he's that guy that coaches are going to want, a player that can make the defense operate the way that the coach envisions it. And Shaq is that guy. Other great linebackers I've had that have gone to the NFL and they've played for a long time, that's what they've done. They've been coaches' dreams.
Also from the NFL, the Texans exercised fifth-year option on quarterback Deshaun Watson, and the Saints finalizing a one-year deal with former Seminole quarterback Jameis Winston. It's 55 degrees at 8:05, time and temp, brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
Oh! What do we got cooking, Beef, in the Drill Bit Bracket Challenge?
We're down to the championship game.
Presented
It's
by the Edge.
Dan Song's a 2 seed against the number 4 seed, Beef's Drops and Quips.
Yes, and right now with 436 votes.
Furious rally by the Hickens.
50.9 to 49.1. Wow. Beef's
battle.
Quips holding another big 3 ball from that portly point guard went through the net.
About halftime right now.
We like to consider our players festively plump, Dan.
Yes.
Talking about this as being one of the great championship games ever.
Wow.
Right up there.
436 votes are in.
This is like Nova Butler.
At Dan Hicken, if you'd like to vote for Dan's songs, look for Beef's Twitter if you want to vote for him. I'm kidding because I care. I love my chubby cubby. Listen, it's hard to feel sorry for Aaron Rodgers, right? But they unearthed a stat that makes you kind of go, poor Aaron Rodgers.
I'm gonna. You know what, ladies and gentlemen, in honor of the Brill Bit Championship today, I will let Dan Hicken provide you with today's Shazam Spotlight, brought to you by Shazam Auto, because that's what I was gonna
That's a very
focus
good
in on
one.
a little bit. Shazam, the Shazam Spotlight, brought to you by the Murray Ford Superstore, Stark and Kingsland.
They often say who makes the receivers help the quarterback helps the receivers, right? We've always looked at that.
Yeah.
Peyton Manning was blessed with
Marvin Harrison,
Reggie Wayne, and some great
first-round receivers.
Dallas Clark, some great. And the numbers bear that. He has thrown 293 touchdown passes, more than anyone else, to first-round picks. So that made Peyton pretty good, but Peyton was obviously great, and he made them good as well. Tom Brady only threw 105, and Drew Brees only threw 104. He's not done. Favre threw 127. Marino threw 80.
These are touchdown passes to first-round
picks,
which means you're giving them some real support.
Yeah, Marino threw 84. So so how many did Aaron Rodgers have? People were wondering.
Who did Marino's go to? Duper and Clayton weren't first-round picks, were they? Maybe Clayton was or no?
I don't remember.
O.J. McDuffie, maybe?
I don't remember Mark Clayton. Irving Fryer was
Irving
a first-round
Fryer,
pick.
yeah, he probably got a bunch of them.
The key time, his best time, Duper Clayton were not.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I'm saying.
And Joe Rose.
I'm surprised we're that much, that high a number.
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers, this may surprise you. Okay, well, let's see. Let me think. First-round picks that he's thrown. No. One.
That's amazing. And here's a Shazam on top of the
$1,000 if you can guess who that one is.
There is a Shazam on top of a Shazam here, ladies and gentlemen. Aaron Rodgers' entire career, he's thrown a grand total of one touchdown pass to a first-round pick.
And it happened last year.
And Dan, that first-round pick was?
Mercedes Lewis.
Isn't that funny? So I guess Jimmy Graham, I tell you what's amazing about that is some of the talent that has emerged outside of the first round. Like Jimmy Graham, I would have thought was a first-rounder.
Yeah.
Devontae Adams has sure played like a first-rounder. So
no, he's had some good receivers.
For sure. But he's made them.
Yes.
They weren't good receivers. No one was – you weren't mistaking Devontae Adams for Julio Jones when he was coming in.
If you're kind of ticked, if Aaron Rodgers is kind of ticked, maybe that's one reason you can understand why.
Well, look, they haven't drafted him like they didn't draft him anything on offense this year.
Right.
And not only did you not draft him health on offense, you drafted a guy who there's no way can help Aaron Rodgers. I don't like Aaron Rodgers' personality per se. He's not my least favorite guy in the league, but they're doing him dirty, man.
He's not he's not thought of as I guess a good word to describe Aaron Rodgers is prickly.
Yeah, he's kind of Cutlerish. He's just kind of prickly. He's got a little more personality than Cutler, but yeah, he's just
Last year in 2019, Jeff, the Packers drafted Rashawn Gary and Darnell Savage up at the top. The year before, they drafted Jair Alexander and Josh Jackson, 2 corners. The year before that, it was Kevin King and Josh Jones. My God, they've taken a lot of corners and safeties at the top of the draft. Year before that was Kenny Clark.
I don't think he's ever had a
year before that was Demetrius Randall, another safety, and Quentin Rollins.
So we got no skill. That's 5 drafts with no offensive players in the first 2 rounds.
Not even
forget receiver.
Clinton Dix. Devontae Adams was 53rd. Devontae Adams,
a second
2014.
Rounder. Yeah, that's the only first or second round offensive player, not even skill position, offensive player.
Dayton Jones,
another defender.
Eddie Lacy, 61st.
Which thanks. The one time they didn't help.
Nick Perry and Worthy, defense.
Yeah, it's an amazing. There are a lot of amazing stats here. So
Randall Cobb, 64th and 11.
And again, those are late second round picks. That's coming off a
Here's
Super Bowl
their first offensive player they take. It was back in 2010, Brian Bulaga, who just left. Right? He go to the Chargers.
And in 2010, it's Rodgers is barely getting the job.
Jordy Nelson was a second round pick.
Well, they've hit on some second-round receivers, by the way. But the fact is, in this entire time, they put it all on him, and they're not giving enough. They're not giving enough help. They put it all. It's
2005. He was drafted since 2005. There's
only two guys.
Bulaga was a first-round pick.
Cobb, Lacey.
No, he wasn't a first-rounder.
Oh no, first-rounder. Yeah, he's the only one. That's
the only
a tackle.
first-round pick. Yeah,
I'm saying first and second round. All you've had in all that time is Cobb, Bulaga, and Adams and Lacey.
Yeah.
That's it. Those are the only 4 offensive players. So
wow.
That is a perfect example, a prime example of how you waste having a franchise quarterback by just assuming that he's enough.
Right. And
they haven't even gone in free agency or via trade. I mean, I guess Jimmy Graham was, he was past his prime when they got him. And as proven, he added nothing.
Again, like I said, it's made me, like, my first initial thought when I heard about all this was, hey, Aaron, this happened to you and Favre when he was 35.
This is worse.
But now I'm sitting here, so now my thought is, okay, if you're Aaron Rodgers, all right, and you're annoyed, and they didn't call you and tell you either, by the way, which, again, they don't have to.
You should, though. When you're the franchise face of the program, you should.
So should you?
You don't have to get his permission, but
But if you're Aaron Rodgers, you sit there and go, hey, man, look, I'm ready to go elsewhere. Trade me. Do you drop that bomb on him? And then you go off to New England for 4 years.
Could you imagine?
I mean, if you're Aaron Rodgers, do you play that card at all? Do you want? I mean, listen, he's well paid, so listen, I'll just do what I do. But I think he's probably, from his perspective, is all I'm saying, right? He's been an awful good soldier, hasn't he?
Well, no. He's run off a coach. He's complained about the offense. He's taken the accusations. He's taken the easy pass.
But where are they without Aaron Rodgers?
Well, they won the Super Bowl in what, 10?
Was it 10?
Yeah. It's been a long time. You'd be
very nice.
If you're going to be,
they missed the playoffs 2 years in a row, 7-9, 6-9-1.
Point being here,
13-3 last year.
To have the best quarterback in the league and to not, and to max out with a couple of blowout or at least one and then one close one championship game losses isn't good enough for a franchise quarterback like Rodgers. Don't reimagine the narrative that I never agreed with, but was certainly out there, and that is even while Brady's winning the Super Bowls, that Aaron Rodgers was the GOAT.
2000, yeah,
right.
I agree with that.
And so if you are now.
But he's a heck of a quarterback.
This adds some context to it. I don't care how good you are.
Yeah.
Even Tom Brady got first and second round draft picks of skill positions.
Let me ask you something.
That's
he was drafted in
criminal.
05, right?
Okay.
Right.
That sounds like 6. I would have thought, but I don't. Okay, I'm not going to argue. I don't know.
And in 05, why did the Packers go 4-12? Because they were coming off 4 playoff years. They went 4-12, and then they went 8-8, and then they went 13-3. When did Aaron take over? In 8? Let me look. I'm trying to understand why the 2005 Packers were so.
Well, maybe Favre got hurt that year is what I'm going to guess, and that's why they drafted Rodgers is because he got hurt. Although that would have
been after.
Yeah, he wouldn't have been that year. That
but then he didn't go and play, right? Aaron Rodgers played in 3 games as a rookie, was 9 of 16, so he didn't play. He didn't play in 6. He didn't play in 7. He took over in 8, and he went 6-10.
When was he drafted in 6, though, not 5?
No, 5.
He was drafted in 5.
5, 6, 7, he didn't play. 3 years, and then he took over in 8, and away he went. And he was 28-13 his first year, which is pretty doggone good. Then he went 30-7, 28-11. He was a star. 45-6, Pross, he had in 2011, the year after they won it all.
Yeah.
But I'm just wondering, if you're Aaron Rodgers, do you sit there and you go, all right, listen, man. You know what?
You can, but as a
you
Packer
want to
fan,
move me.
Well, you'd want to say, as a Packer fan, and what the management will say is, are you crazy? No, we're not moving you.
Correct.
And by the way, Aaron, if every player on our team who played a position responded like this when we drafted their position, we wouldn't have a team. So appreciate it if maybe you could go out and win us some football games.
All right.
Leonard Fournette has put out a text. Be consistent trending. I won't get too specific if it is or is no. No? All right. Leonard Fournette put out a tweet that you wish that Yannick Ngakoue had the the team first mentality and the moxie to put out himself. But for what it's worth, at least it's worth saying. This is what Leonard. Did you see what he tweeted last night?
No, but I have another good tweet I'll get to.
All right.
Breaking news.
He says, I don't know what the future holds, but I promise that every day I'm going to bust my ass. I know it's a business. I'll be ready at my best for the next season. So
good
for Leonard.
That's smart.
And it's a shame that Yannick Ngakoue, who I have lost all respect for.
Field Yates reporting the Jags and guard Andrew Norwell agreed to a renegotiated
Good
deal
for him.
in which he earns $9 million guaranteed salary with a solid chance to earn $2.5 in realistic incentives. Previously, Norwell was due $11.5 non-guaranteed. Now he gets the security.
So in other words, 11 he's non-guaranteed, but unless he'll get it unless they cut him. So they
in other words, we saved $2.5 million.
But if he plays good, then you're just going to pay him what you owed him anyway. This is just Norwell
taking a pay cut,
but taking a guaranteed. I'd do it too.
Right. Heck
all right.
yeah.
Because listen, Norwell probably reads.
Yeah, I could get cut.
Right. When we talk about
everybody,
yeah, exactly.
I'm not going to make $9 million anywhere else.
That's correct. So
if I get cut,
probably a smart move on both sides.
Yeah. So anyway, listen, we talked this weekend. To me, one of the big winners of the Jaguars draft was the offensive line, the current offensive line, because one thing that they didn't fib about was they said, we like our offensive line. They like their offensive line better than most people like their offensive line. Okay? So that offensive line will return intact in 2020, which will be Cam Robinson at left tackle, Andrew Norwell at left guard, Brandon Linder at center, A.J. Cann at right guard, and Jawan Taylor at right tackle. That is your five. There is nobody. Like, if one of those guys gets hurt, Will Richardson steps in.
That's the same line. They didn't make a one change at all.
They like the kid from St. John's, right? Or they wouldn't have drafted him in the 4th round. But do you think...
And by the way, that's not St. John's in New York, gang. That's St. John's of Minnesota, D3 school.
My question is...
Not that St. John's of New York is a power football program.
No. The 7 blocks of granite were from Fordham, Jeff.
Yes,
not
they
St.
were.
John's.
Yeah.
Do you think that kid is ready to step in and play in the NFL? Probably not. He probably needs, a year of weight training and strength and et cetera. And by the way, if he went to St. John's, Minnesota, their thought probably is, well, once he gets into an NFL type environment, he'll take off and he'll add weight and he'll be this and he'll be that and he'll be stronger. So, I think the offensive line that we've watched, a lot of us suggested that the Jags should take a tackle with that number 9 pick.
Listen,
and make that offensive line better. The Jags chose not to, so that group is going to have to carry the Jags out of the number 32
All right,
hole.
let me say something that's going to come across as critical, maybe.
Can I say something?
That's going to come across as critical and maybe even insulting. So here's hoping it's received as both. The Jaguars' view and evaluation of their own players is so out of whack with everyone else's view and opinion of their own players that it has to be a reason why we never win. And what I'll tell you is this.
Yeah.
What did you think of the offensive line the last couple of years?
I mean, in 2017, I thought they had a good year. I think Blake didn't get sacked very much, like 20 times, and they led the NFL in rushing. So that was a good year.
The last 2 years we've been terrible.
But, yeah. And in 18 and 19, it wasn't near as good.
And look, Tony has said it's okay, but he's guilty of a little.
But it wasn't awful. A lot of people want to paint it as awful.
Yeah, I would argue just a little bit, and that point is when you go a whole season and you can't get a touchdown run over a yard, you're not good at what you do. It is awful. It's awful that you can't do that one time.
Okay, but I do think we can find stats that.
Well, I'm going to give you this. All right, and again, I know you're not. You've got to get over this. I don't know this just unacceptance. You can take it with a grain of salt, but at the end of the day, the one group that survived and thrived as an accepted measuring stick is Pro Football Focus and the way they put their stats together. Now, when you're gauging an offensive line, it's not as easy as it is, some other positions.
Yes.
The setup is this: an offensive line gets judged based on team success. Does the quarterback get sacked? How effective is the run game? The answer to those questions, with several others, get used to make conjectures about the performance of the line. this shouldn't always be the case. At Pro Football Focus, they evaluate the performance of each member of the offensive line, play-by-play grading, using those line grades as a guide. This is where each team's unit stacked up following last year.
Okay.
2019.
Right. Where they have.
Does this sound like a football team that shouldn't draft any offensive linemen?
Right.
26th.
No, that's not good enough. And I will say this, because I don't want to become victim to this. Listen, we got to tell it like it is. If we keep convincing ourselves we're okay when we're not okay, then we're never going to be okay. And we want to be better than okay. And now we're the worst. Generally speaking, people view our franchise as the worst team in the NFL. That's not acceptable. That's not good enough. So when you're 26, that's not good enough.
Isn't it worse that you were in the AFC Championship game 2 years ago? Because that's just the definition of a fluky flare-up team, though. You wanted somebody.
At least
I would rather my AFC champ become like Aaron Rodgers. Not a ton of success during the playoffs every year, and I go to the championship game every now and then. But what a And by the way, we're also learning that while the personality of that team and the character of that team is one big reason why it didn't last, we're also learning that the Jags, they weren't so short-sighted when they decided to move on from players. I saw Tayshaun Gibson got cut yesterday.
Right.
Aaron Colvin is nothing of a player since they let him go. Barry Church isn't back in the league.
Barry Church never got back in the league when he left.
They got the most of those guys leading up to 2017.
Yeah.
Calais Campbell will never be with Baltimore what he was here. So that free agency foray really paid a lot of dividends, and it, for the most part, looks pretty savvy on letting guys go when they did.
Yes, I wouldn't disagree with some of those.
Now we'll see with Boye and Campbell just what the shelf life is.
As a corner in LA, he's probably got some good football left in him. But
but you got two. You got two first for him.
I know.
You got something for him.
And by the way, this now becomes one of the things, because one of the things we said before that, it's a great trade for the Jags. But now we know that Chason is the first piece of that puzzle. So how good is he going to be?
Well, no doubt about that.
He's the one who's going to have to be released.
Here's exactly what they said about the ranking of the Jaguars' offensive line at number 26. Turning from an injury-shortened season last year, left tackle Cam Robinson showed more of the form that we saw from him as a rookie when he posted one of the worst pressure rates allowed in the NFL, 9%. This season, Robinson allowed 45 pressures at left tackle and 550 pass blocking snaps, a very concerning rate of 8.2% pressure allowance. Right. As this ranking would suggest, Robinson wasn't the only player along the line who struggled. Outside of Brandon Linder, there wasn't a whole lot to get excited about for Jacksonville up front. Now,
that's disappointing because the picture was painted that Jawan Taylor was pretty good.
Well, it's painted in large part by Leon Searcy, who thinks he's going to be an all-pro talent, by Tony Baselli, who really likes what he sees. And quite frankly, I don't know how exactly they do it, but watching Jawan Taylor last year, I thought he was at worst average and at best above average right out of the gate. So I'm okay with him.
Let's get Mike in here real quick, and then we'll break. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, guys. I just wanted to say thank you. The fans are incredibly frustrated, and for the first time that I can remember, and I'll probably overstate this, people are starting to tell the truth and be critical of the Jaguars rather than being homers and everything's going to be okay and sunshine pumpers and enough of that.
Yeah.
How do you expect a GM after 7 years of failure to suddenly be good in 8 years?
Right.
I mean, it's ridiculous. But I'm glad that people are starting to at least be critical without being vicious, but being critical of this franchise because it deserves it. Thank you.
You're welcome. We all want the same thing, and we all want us to be. Listen, the joyous time for us at this radio station was 2017. I mean, and the first month of 2018. My gosh, how fun was 2018 when we beat the Patriots here, and we looked at the power polls and we were 1 and we were 2. So that's what everybody. We're all on the same page. If you're a Jag fan, or listen, we raised our families here. We go to these games. We support the team, season ticket holder, the whole deal. So we want them to do well. It's I hate that my 15-year-old suffers through, and my 25-year-old son who now lives here and was a season ticket holder last year, and scrounged up every penny he had so he could go to Pittsburgh to watch him play the Steelers in the play. That's the awesome time, man.
That's when you want to be.
That is just so much fun. So that's what we dream about.
And I want, when I listen, not us, others, I would rather have a reality check than false narrative. I'm not going to come on this radio. We're not going to come on this radio show year after year and tell you what an awesome draft we had. We're going to come on the radio show and lead you as a fan and tell you, hey, gang, just for the record, round 4 to 7, just throw them in the river right now. They've never amounted to anything.
Yeah.
I'd rather have a dose of reality than some butterflies and rainbows, and this is a great draft, and this is a great free agency class, and we're going to the playoffs. All three untrue.
If you believe that, that's your opinion. That's fine.
Well,
if you the believe evidence doesn't look like that is stating that.
I was going to say, if you believe that every year, then I'm going to,
All right, we got to take a break. We've got a lot ahead. An update. It is nip and tuck, Beefer. Hicken just hit a bomb from way downtown to edge ever so slightly ahead of 50.2 to 49.8.
It is Championship Tuesday here in the Drill Bit Madness. 1 hour to go until the clock hits triple zeros. We're closing it down at 9:30 today. I don't know if you do that, but that's what we're doing. It's number 2 Dan Songs against number 4 Beef's Drops and Quips. Listen, here's a drop and a quip for you. Optimism for FSU's football program under first-year coach Mike Norvell. At least one outlet has forecasted the wins for each team in the ACC. We'll tell you where FSU stacks up and give you a little more college pigskin talk when we return. Listen, I've been talking a lot about Pet Paradise. I like those guys over there, man. I like them from the management down to the workers who are on the floor. And what Pet Paradise is doing in these times when you still have needs for your pet, right? And for many of you, this is an opportunity, if you're at home, a chance to get things done, like get that veterinary appointment or get that grooming done. You can be sure that at Pet Paradise, it's a lot cleaner than your backyard. Pet Paradise right now is deep cleaning in the lobbies daily, more than once daily. They are offering curbside drop-off and pickup. That always allows you the safety and security of not even leaving your car. So that's still open right now. They got $20 camp days for your pet, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. The dogs have a great time, man. I don't know if pets have anxiety, if they can sense it, but that'll be relieved when they go to Pet Paradise. That bone-shaped pool is always a big hit. 50% off camp and boarding services for healthcare workers is valid through the end of May. In fact, right now, you can pre-purchase boarding nights 35% off regular rates, and they can be used through the end of October. Find out more at petparadise.com.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Does Flutie have a pro miracle?
I'm Doug Flutie on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Here's Flutie rolling out, and he is in for the touchdown!
If it's time to repair or install new gutters on your home, visit upthegutters.com and schedule a free estimate. We will actually show up because we want to do the job, and we will follow up to ensure your satisfaction. Go to upthegutters.com. upthegutters.com.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices. Holy great deals, Batman. How do we do it? Murray Superstores offer an exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty. So stop paying those big city prices at those big city dealers. Shazam! And we'll trade anything from kitchen mops to laptops. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Keeping farms running, construction moving, and towns maintained is essential. That's why Kubota is working to keep you working. Right now, get 0% financing and no payments for 90 days. Offer expires May 31st. Visit KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer. Kubota. Together, we do more.
Call or visit Coastal Equipment, your Kubota dealer. Here to serve you in these challenging times, Coastal Equipment, Jacksonville, and in McClenny.
Greater power for the great outdoors. Coastal Equipment.
Get inside the Gators with the Florida Gator Report with Lauren Brooks.
Go, Gators!
Brought to you by Darley's Plumbing, where quality counts.
A big win for the Florida Gators.
Get your Gators on 1010XL.
Golfers, our tee times, fairways, and greens are on the horizon.
Until then, your friends at Edwin Watts Golf Shops encourage you to stay safe, practice social distancing, and wash your hands. Our plan is to reopen based off state and federal guidelines. During the interruption, our online store remains open at worldwidegolfshops.com. Thank you for your patience and understanding, and most of all, for being a part of our amazing golf community. Stay healthy, stay safe, and we look forward to serving you soon.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist is committed to standing strong against the virus. They will continue to treat orthopedic trauma and acute injuries during this time. Receive assistance away from ERs and urgent care waiting rooms. For more information, go to se-ortho.com.
Relieve pain and get back to life. SOS. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
One-to-One Financial is Jacksonville's hometown credit union, and we've been helping people improve their lives and start businesses in this community for more than 85 years, longer than any other local institution. Like our name says, we work one-to-one with everyone, no matter their background, and we offer the best rates on loans and savings accounts, free debt counseling, plus no-cost financial planning. Learn more and join us at one-to-one-fcu.org, federally insured by NCUA.
Do you need to sell your house? The Edge Group buys houses for all cash. If you want to sell your house, they will give you an all-cash offer in 24 hours and can close within 10 days. Don't pay thousands of dollars in commissions. Don't let your house sit on the market just waiting for an offer. Call the Edge Group and get an all-cash offer right now. They're standing by at 904-474-5851. Doesn't matter if the property needs repairs, if there's a tenant living in the house, whether it's old or new or just needs repairs. The Edge Group wants to give you a guaranteed all-cash offer, and they won't charge you a penny in commission. There's no risk or obligation, and it doesn't cost a cent to find out what the Edge Group can do for you. So call right now for an all-cash offer on your home at 904-474-5851. That's 904-474-5851. That's the Edge Group at Keller Williams Realty.
Instant Keys delivers honest, professional locksmith service for lost, broken, or spare keys. Call Instant Keys at 722-1111. Get dealership-level service in just minutes at a fraction of the cost. That's 722-1111.
Time for radio hypnosis. Let's try. If you're listening, think barbecue ribs. Now go online to Woody's Barbecue and order takeout today.
At Woody's Barbecue, it's what we do.
Let's eat.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
It has given us time to get a jump. We've gone into scouting opponents from next year, something we would probably do in the summer, because in April we'd have been going through spring ball. So in a way, they kind of reverse roles, and we even started presenting information to our kids.
That's Manny Diaz. He is the head coach of the University of Miami Hurricanes.
Okay.
And boy, Hick, yeah, I'm going to give you credit. Maybe it's your South Florida roots, but
I'm a South Florida guy.
Well, you kind of nailed it with Miami last year. I thought Miami would be better, and I took a lot more positive for Miami out of the Florida game than I probably should have.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I thought they played the Gators very tough. And
they did.
And look, at the time, you didn't know, well, maybe Florida's not that good. You know, maybe this is an overrated team like the basketball team was this year.
Right.
But as it turns out, Florida was a very good team. But for Manny Diaz, you know, in a year where Virginia won the Coastal at 6-2, in a year where it's clear Virginia Tech is not going to be what they were under Frank Beamer. They're not a year in, year out, double-digit wins program anymore. I mean, they're really in, quite frankly, considering the state of the ACC.
It may be
They're in an easy division. Georgia Tech, Duke.
It may be the most stunning statistic in all of college football that they have not even won the Coastal.
Well, they have now. Remember they won it 2 years ago.
They did?
Yeah, they won the Coastal with Rick and went and lost to Clemson.
Oh, yeah.
Got blown out.
That's right.
But just one.
Yeah.
Just one. And but last year, okay, again with it now they got quarterback issues.
Right.
But you know, other than that, there's you know, although you question the talent. You know, when the Jags took Quarterman in round 4, it was the first Kane taken.
Yeah.
That's another game. And Miami, by the way, was that school for a long time that had the streak of first-round draft picks. So I don't know where it's gone.
They have
off
one
base.
this year.
Yeah, but disappointing start for Manny Diaz. They could have been. I know whenever it's your first year.
Well, they ended up what? Under 500.
6-7, dude.
Yeah.
They
And
lost the bowl game.
They lost to FIU,
They
right?
lost to FIU and Butch Davis.
Yeah.
So
They lost to FIU.
Huh?
They lost to FIU.
They lost to FIU.
They lost to FI-freaking-U.
Yeah, so I just wonder. Now, we had Manny on yesterday on the network to talk about, Jack Quarterman, who's joining the Jags, and some football questions along there. Remember what we heard from Brett Romberg at the end of the year? That he's never ever been to an organized practice session as bad as Miami's.
Yeah,
that's damning. Is Manny Diaz 2 and done? If they're sub 500, should they make a change?
I don't know. You got to know what's going on in the program. Like, most people would say no, but like nobody had no FSU fan had a problem with them getting rid of Willie Taggart.
Of course, FSU, in fairness, their expectation and their ceiling has been higher than Miami's for about 15 years.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, they should consider themselves similar. All right, CBS Sports has gone through the ACC and predicted the win totals.
Okay.
That part of this may be based on what Vegas would put the number at, although I don't see the Vegas number posted per se.
Let me guess.
All right.
Let me guess the
a 12-game season.
All right, let me tell you who's going to do.
I'm just going to go by the schools. You tell me the record.
All right, let me go. You want to do Atlantic Division first? Is it broken into divisions or is it just all of them? How do you got it?
It's not. If I tell you the way it's broken down, then it's
All right.
It's broken down by predicted by who they think will have the most wins to who they'll have.
Well,
the
Clemson
least.
would be the one.
Okay, but and what would you say?
I would
12
say
12-game seasons.
12-game season?
Yeah.
So regular season?
Yeah, we're not doing championship and playoff.
I'd say they got them at 11.
12. You got them at 12 and 0. and you know what?
Yeah.
When your toughest game is at Notre Dame, it's probably not a bad suggestion.
Probably not.
Their schedule defies explanation for a team as strong as they are.
Yes.
And look, South Carolina stinking doesn't help. They have to play there.
Right.
No
second.
loss. Second. This is a coach who has a lot of respect and now, started to show signs last year. I mentioned them in our
Virginia
Tech.
Virginia Tech. Okay.
Has them losing only to Penn State and at North Carolina. They go 10-2. Yeah.
All right.
Winning can cure a lot of uneasiness around a football program. What better response to the Justin Fuente Baylor flirtations?
Where do they have? I suspect they have North Carolina up there pretty high.
Well, good, very savvy on your part as a college football ombudsman.
Mm-hmm.
North Carolina is next with 9 wins, 9-3, 7-1, which would tie them with Virginia Tech for the Coastal.
I would think North Carolina with that quarterback who was so good, Sam Howell. Sam Howell
stole him from FSU.
Yeah. Oh, that one hurt. And he threw 30. I think he threw 30-plus touchdowns last year as a true freshman.
North Carolina.
Very good.
North Carolina will open against Auburn in one of those preseason games, so that'll be a good one. They have North Carolina though winning at Miami this year. Their 3 losses come at UCF. I'm not buying that. Auburn and Pitt. Next, there's another team with 9 wins.
Another team with 9 wins. Okay, this is 9.
Now think about a team.
I'm trying to think who's coming back.
Well, think about a team that got a real boost from a quarterback transfer. That's where we're going here.
Okay.
A real boost. I mean, got probably a
quarterback.
I would rather have this guy than the guy Georgia got. Even though I see, by the way, Dog fans should be very encouraged. I see all these mock drafts have Jamie Newman in the first round.
Is it Miami?
It's Miami with Derek King.
Oh.
They say they'll win 9 games. Again, it is outside of the league. They're going Temple, Wagner, UAB. They do play at Michigan State.
Yeah, I'll throw a dime bet down. They don't win 9.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah.
They have them losing to North Carolina, FSU at home, and at Virginia Tech.
Yeah.
The reason for the hype, it's Houston starting quarterback Derek King. Makes it one of the most fun teams in the country.
Yeah.
King's an electric playmaker, but the skill positions lack consistency and experience, and the offensive line brings back experience, but underperformance in 2019. So, they do have them getting off to a 6-0 start. That would get some excitement. We've seen Miami do that in the past, though, and falter a little bit. And then finally, we'll get to FSU. We'll skip.
I will say, you said we skip, but I think FSU is going to be 8.
Yeah, they're 8-4.
Okay.
And they say that it has the potential to creep to 10-2. Here's what they say. Ooh. Here's what they say FSU's losses come now. We both agreed that the schedule could be conducive.
Yeah.
Now, it's conducive, though, and it's funny. Conducive is a relative word. If you're typical FSU strong, it's conducive.
Yes.
But if you're just the team again and you go 6-6,
lose some. Yeah.
That's correct.
Yeah.
They have them beating West Virginia in that preseason kickoff game. That's a real important game, isn't it?
Sorry, it's West by God.
Okay,
Virginia.
but remember, West
We
by
say
God,
that every
Virginia.
year with FSU the last 3 or 4 years. They have this opening game, and it sets the tone, and they've
lost
really
it the
since
last
the
couple.
Alabama game, they lose them, and they spiral down, and it is an important game. They blew that Boise game last year. And
they blew the Virginia Tech game at home,
Yes.
Willie's first game.
Yes.
They were pitiful, and I believe they may have beaten Ole Miss the year before.
Yes.
And then lost to Alabama the year before that. Or it's vice versa.
Yes.
One of the two.
Oh, Ole Miss in Orlando.
Correct. And Bama in – was it Bama in Orlando
Jackson.
also?
No, Bama was Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
All right.
Almost said Jacksonville.
I know.
Way back.
Now, as you age, your memory gets fuzzy. If that game was played in Jacksonville, though, I was going to really – I might just walk
Question
around
myself.
in circles for about 10 minutes. They have FSU's losses, in case you're wondering, at Boise State, Clemson, at Louisville. People think Satterfield and Louisville is going to take a bump up this year, and to the Gators in Tallahassee.
I saw Chubba's big brother, Brock Purdy. Is that the Louisville quarterback? Am I correct there?
I'm not sure. That's Chubba Purdy's who the Knowles got?
Yeah. As a first-round pick in a mock draft.
The Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
And finally, some analysis, then we'll go to break. And now, this is what they say about FSU this year. And by the way, if they are this in year one under Mike Norvell, this is good.
Oh, yeah.
This is a nice change.
They need to go 8-4, get to like the Orlando Bowl game. What's the one?
The Champs Bowl?
Yeah, get to one of those
Because
type
the Champs
bowls.
Bowl also is going to give you a good opponent, too.
Yeah, you need
somehow the Champs Bowl's become better than the Gator Bowl for matchups.
You need to get to one of those type of bowl games, I think, if you're FSU in year one under Mike Norvell. That's kind of like, okay, we're on the right track.
Here's the summary analysis paragraph.
Waiting for summary.
Now, this is an 8-4 that feels like it could creep up to 10-2 if Mike Norvell's got a locker room full of road warriors capable of going to get it done on the Smurf turf to start the season.
By the way, 2 first-round picks on that team probably. Marvin Wilson and Scary Terry.
Yeah, while the distance between the Seminoles and ACC title contention could be plainly obvious in defeats to Clemson and Florida, the rest of the schedule could see FSU start to reassert itself as a top-tier team. This is really sets up kind of like Dan Mullen's first year did in that, look, it's okay. Lose to Florida. Mullen, lose to LSU, lose to Georgia, win the rest, and people are going to be awful happy.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where FSU is.
Yeah.
If they lose to Clemson and lose to Florida, and that's maybe go 9-3 instead of 8-4. Don't lose 2 more.
I just wonder about the Blackman kid, and is he the quarterback the whole year? He was really bad in that bowl game, and that's my lasting memory.
Now, didn't they get a grab a transfer quarterback?
No.
FSU, they never made a move, huh?
No, they got Chubba.
That's it.
Chubba may be starting.
What did the Memphis quarterback end up doing? Staying?
I don't know.
Wow. All right, this is the drill. We've gone a slight bit over. It's a Catlin Truck Accessories Tuesday. Go online, like them on Instagram and Facebook, and you'll go into a drawing. Well, they'll deliver a terrific prize out of their product line. You can find more on that product line at WilliamCatlin.com.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
Working from home? Here's your new water cooler conversation.
I don't know that I've seen something play out quite like that in all my years of covering sports.
1010XL. Listen from home on your smartphone, online, or on Alexa.
At Farah and Farah, we take pride in the fact that many of our new clients are referred to us by people we represented before. Farah and Farah, protecting you and your family. Call us at 396-5555, Jacksonville.
Drive forward. At this particularly hard time for our country and our great city, all of us at Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Bay Meadows feel an obligation to remain open as long as possible to serve the needs of our customers and our community. Call us and we'll make an appointment for you to come to the dealership. If you prefer to stay home, we're offering remote sales options to keep you moving. We're making every effort to maintain a clean and sterilized, safe environment. Our service department is open for all your service needs. We'll pick up your vehicle and deliver it back to you when service is completed. Check our inventory online at jaxcjdr.com. Choose the car, truck, or SUV you're interested in. It will be cleaned and disinfected before your test drive. For a limited time, get 0% financing for 84 months and make no payments for 90 days. We're here to serve you in a safe and responsible manner. This is an unprecedented time, and you deserve our best. Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram will keep you moving. I-295 and Bay Meadows.
Tire Outlet is bringing the tires to you. Mike Dempsey here to tell you that Tire Outlet is now offering mobile service. No hassle, quick same-day installation. They're the largest locally owned tire shop in town, so wherever you are, choose a time and location that's convenient for you. A Tire Outlet professional will bring the new tires out and install them. Call this number to make an appointment, 600-0089. For mobile tire installation, that's 600-0089. Tire Outlet. Wholesale prices, premium service.
Attention diesel mechanics. Republic Services is now hiring in Duval and St. Johns County. And with Republic Services, new diesel mechanics get a $2,000 sign-on bonus, a $1,000 yearly tool allowance, and competitive benefits. Republic Services will even pay for your ASE certifications and offer a bonus for each certification earned. Join the Republic Services team and make a positive impact on your community and environment today. Visit republicservices.jobs for more information and to apply. Wear the star, drive your career.
Hey, it's Allie McDeal from the Best Bet Poker Show. Even though our Best Bet locations in Jacksonville and Orange Park are temporarily closed, we'll still be airing new episodes live every Wednesday at 6 p.m. on 1010XL. Tune in to hear us discuss ways to keep your game sharp. We'll share strategies to boost morale that will also improve your poker game. Plus, we'll hear from some of the greatest names in the poker industry. Find out what they're doing and which methods they utilize to keep their game progressive during this difficult time. Let me know what you want to hear about by tweeting me at Allie McDeal. Find live up-to-date information regarding Best Bet reopening at bestbetjacks.com.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists congratulates the Scholar Athlete of the Week, Brianna Arsenal, a senior varsity softball player at Mandarin High School. Brianna is a member of the National Honor Society and has been accepted to Santa Fe State College.
Hey, it's Tony from Tony D's Pizza. If you love our pizza and pasta dishes, let us cater an event for you. Family function or office parties, we can deliver you an amazing Italian meal. Remember, it's not just pizza at Tony D's. Bay Meadows and $2.95.
Hi, I'm Tony Baselli, and I want to talk to you about this coronavirus. It's real, and it's serious. You've probably read or heard by now that I got the coronavirus. Thanks to the amazing healthcare workers at the Mayo Clinic, I'm doing much better now. I'm recovering. I'm getting better. Today, I want to talk about how you can protect yourself, your family, and your community, and that's by wearing a mask. When you go out in public, here in Jacksonville or anywhere, put a mask on. It'll protect you. It'll protect your family and all those that you come in contact with. You know, it's really no different than the mask I wore when I played football. I wore that mask to protect myself. And now I'm asking you to wear a mask when you go out in public. If we wash our hands, if we do the social distancing, and we wear a mask, we'll get through this faster, safely, and together. Wear a mask. Thank you.
Peninsular Pest Control can help you with bugs inside and outside of your home. Our trained service technicians specialize in treating interior and exterior pest problems. Whether it's mosquito suppression or ant control, they stand behind their service. Schedule a free consultation by phone or online at crittergetter.com. Ask about the $30 discount on new services. Remember, Peninsular is your Critter Getter.
Hicken here, letting you know that in these uncertain times, one thing you cannot be uncertain about is your car. Whether in an emergency or having to go grocery shopping, your car is more important than you know. So go to the local guys you can trust. American Transmission. For more than 30 years, they're master certified technicians, having taken care of your car's needs from bumper to bumper. American Transmission is open now to serve you with 2 locations, Beach Boulevard and Atlantic Boulevard. Call them now at 396-3766, 396-3766.
After a car accident, you can feel like you've lost control. I'm Glenn Levine from the law offices of Anajar & Levine. Our team can help you understand your legal options after an accident. We will file your claim and fight for the full compensation you deserve. If you've been involved in a car accident, call the law offices of Anajar & Levine at 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000 for a free consultation and take back control of your life. Office in Jacksonville.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
Chubby Cubby just went backdoor on me and took a quick lead on a big bucket here in the second half.
I did what now?
Huh? You're just so, it's not 9 o'clock. Shut up.
Close enough.
This is where if they really knew you lose some votes.
I have no chance.
50.7 to 49.3 was 674 votes. We're now under 1 hour left in the Drill Bit Bracket Challenge national championship. So back and forth it goes.
What is the score? What did you say was? What's the percentage?
50.7 to 49.
It's going to be a buzzer beater. We've had 3 or 4 of those.
Yeah, it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun. So welcome back to the show. We've talked a lot about the Jags today and kind of after looking ahead and not a lot of optimism. And obviously that stinks. And there's nothing much that they can do that will kind of now. I'll ask you this. Do you think the Jags will sign a veteran quarterback, or are they comfortable going to camp with
I think we'll find out.
Mr. Minshew, Dobbs, and
I think
Luton?
I think we'll find out, and then they will not be able to say, I mean, the biggest joke right now in the world is this, we're going to win this year nonsense.
Right.
Which, by the way, is not some made-up narrative. It's what Shad Khan said when he rationalized bringing these 2 back.
Yeah, obviously that changed somewhere along the way, though.
Since when? Since he made the decision to bring them back?
Yes.
Well,
there's no way.
I don't know what he thought. Then Shad Khan doesn't pay any attention at all to his football team?
I'm just saying there's no way that they've built this roster with the intention of trying to compete.
Well,
otherwise you
then
would
don't lie to your fan base and tell them I'm bringing them back. I'm just saying.
I'm saying that's what Shad Khan said, but somewhere between the time that Shad Khan made that announcement and we got to where we are today, the narrative changed inside the stadium.
Well,
that's all I'm saying.
I guess that to a degree, but we knew those moves were coming.
No, we didn't. We didn't know Calais Campbell was going to get dealt. We thought there was a way they could keep A.J. Boye if they needed to.
I think if we went back and looked at it, and I'm not going to argue why you thought that, but I think that there was an overall, that toward the end of the season or as the summation of the season was that there's very good chance that these high-priced guys were going to be released.
Jeff, they were trying to trade Leonard Fournette during a draft in which they didn't select a running back.
I get that.
Therefore, to me, if you're
I'm not arguing that it looks like that they're not trying to win. I'm not arguing that.
Saying, there's no way it looks like. I'm telling you that somewhere along the line, Shad Khan sat down with Dave Caldwell and Doug Marrone, and the discussion became and Tony Khan, and a frank discussion was had of, look, these guys aren't going to win. Let's rebuild this thing.
Well,
because Shad Khan came out and said, I don't want to put words.
Why the lie in January?
I'm not saying it's a lie. I'm saying at the time that's what he believed. Beef, can you give me the quote from Shad Khan so I don't put words in his mouth?
Which one?
The one about him saying we're going to try to win now.
We are too close to the success that we had in 2017. That was the gist of it.
I got to see it. I'm not going to. Yeah, I want to know when he did, and it was around the time of the decision to keep Marrone and Caldwell, which is over and done with, so it doesn't matter. My point is the narrative. There was a 180 done, in my opinion, a 180. Not we knew that they were going to cut Calais and this and that.
Privately, though, Hick, not publicly. I'm just going by what's publicly been stated.
I understand. What I'm trying to tell you is when that happened versus what's taken place is different than what he said initially. Maybe he believed that initially, but then upon sitting back, and he hasn't said anything since publicly.
Yeah, we'll just.
So I'm not going to sit there.
We'll continue to argue back and forth. I can't imagine that the owner of the football team, who has all kinds of time to formulate why he's making a decision, would make that decision to bring these 2 back in not 2.5 Januaries ago, but 2.5 months ago, and then suddenly by draft say, "Well, no, we're terrible." Then he does not paying a lick of attention to the team. I guess it would be my point. We're not really maybe not even arguing. We're not conflicting over the same topic here. We're separate topics. Yours is they're not trying to win. That's obvious. So, and mine is then that's disingenuous from the get-go. There was nothing that has changed between then and now. The roster didn't change. The division didn't change. You knew that when you brought him back. It was just a lie to sell the fan base some notion that you're not trying. I guess. I don't know how you could have sat down and that you're getting rid of
The key question that I have to ask myself, he said back on...
It's January. It's after the year.
February 6th.
That's not that long ago, man.
Is this the time to start over from where we were just 2 years ago? a game away from the Super Bowl. I know things change greatly year to year, but we've been closer more recently than many teams in the league. My feeling is that we can return to that place and go much faster to where we want to be if we can keep some things intact for 2020. Those some things were Marrone and Caldwell.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I think it gives us the best chance to win now. They know where our players
that's it. He said
overachieved.
It. He said it. So it's either a 100% bold-faced lie or it's a complete unawareness of your football team and your fan base.
Yeah, I don't agree with either of those. I think
What
that
could it
was
be?
said. I've said it 100 times.
Well, not 100. That would take longer.
Okay, I'll make it 104. He said that, and then somewhere along the line, when they sat down, they've decided to change direction. They know they're not going to win this year, right? I mean, they don't sit there and believe that they're going to win football games.
I find it unconscionable that a billionaire is not aware of that when he makes a major decision. That's where we disagree. You don't make that decision, go through all of the conversations and the research and the data and this, and then suddenly on February 6th, and then by March 13th, when you start trading off guys, then that's when you learn. I just think it was made to just grease the wheels of acceptance from the fan base, I guess.
We have everything really in place with some of the changes to expect a good season. I don't know how you can expect.
Right.
That's not fair. I hate to say this. That's not fair to Marrone and Caldwell.
Well,
it's not. You can't win with this team. I don't think. Can you? Is there any? If I asked you the best case scenario for the Jaguars, what would you tell me? 8 wins?
Yeah.
Does anybody think that they can win 10 or 11 games and go to the playoffs?
Well, only because, if Gardner Minshew is a superstar.
Okay.
If he's a superstar, then maybe they can.
Can we watch the receivers not get open as much in the second half of the season? And
I'm not arguing that the team's good. I'm just asking me how. They won 6 last year, and he only played 12. So how did he get to 10? Then he plays 16, and he wins, another 4.
If you sat down,
I'd play the under. You're asking. I'm making a philosophical.
So if Marrone and
argument.
Caldwell sat down right now with Shad Khan, and Shad Khan said, "We have everything in place with some of the changes to expect a good season." Like, I almost feel like, what was it? One of the first years where they tried to convince, wasn't it Shad Khan who? I hate to get this wrong, but Shad Khan got rid of Malarkey and those guys because they told them that they could be good, and they weren't. I don't. Are you saying that they can be good now? I just don't see it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm too close. I don't see how a team that's won 11 games the last 2 years is.
Well, the only reason is if Gardner Minshew is a star. That's the only way. Nothing else has changed.
Yeah.
There's nothing changed about the football team. They've added less talent than departed, and so it's a surge of talent and production from young guys.
The team, the
is
roster,
the only way.
The 2020 roster is not as good as the 2019 roster.
It's not
right. Is that fair?
I don't know if it's not as proven. I don't know if it's good.
Are Trey Herndon and C.J. Henderson as good as A.J. Boye and Jalen Ramsey?
Well,
yes or no?
Well, it's Trey Herndon and A.J. Boye. I mean, Jalen didn't play at all last year.
He played the first 2 games, the 29th going into the season.
Going into the season, sure. Well, no, of course not.
Okay,
But at this stage of his career with A.J. Boye, who didn't have a great year last year, I don't know that C.J. Henderson won't be as competent as A.J. Boye next year. I don't know that. If he's a stud, if he's the 9th pick in the draft, and he's a really good player,
he's a rookie corner. He's gonna be covering a lot of their best receivers week in and week out.
Again, I'm going with our management identifying a top 10 talent.
No, you're not.
Like Jalen Ramsey. I mean, that's what you drafted the top 10 at corner. I mean, so.
Okay. All right. You're going with the management on this one.
How?
That's what you just said. I'm going with the management. I believe that they're correct.
No, I think C.J. Henderson is better. I guess I'm having a hard time accepting how we're missing so much from a team that won 6 games. Those guys sucked. AJ and all these guys that were disappointed of losing, they were terrible on defense. They got ramrodded for 5 games in a row. They're part of like the worst 5-game stretch in the history of the team. So I just don't know what we're losing, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, I know what we're losing from 2017.
Yeah.
But that was 3 years ago.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Now.
So
That's
from
totally
what AJ Boye and Calais Campbell and others going to be this year is going to be better than what they were last year when they only won 6 games.
We'll continue the discussion.
3-4 will just solve everything.
3-4,
This is
baby.
The Drill. It's Catlin Truck Accessories Tuesday.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of